Hi everyone, in today's video it's going to be Tech Tuesday. We are going to talk about the travel gear, photography gear that we take on most of our vacation trips. When we're ready to go on a vacation, more me than her, think about some of the gear that I might want to take. Sarah's more focused already on the trip itself, soaking her feet in the sand and ready to enjoy her vacation. This is the gear that I would take, or I did take, to Hawaii a few years ago. I still remember when I would take a backpack to, I think it was Disney, and have it filled with all my gear because I wanted to take all these different shots, and it was just wearing on my back. I was just kind of miserable that I had just brought this backpack. So I changed my game plan for future vacations, and this is basically what we took when we were going to Hawaii. I have a backpack that was a medium-sized backpack. It's a Temba. You can get all kinds of different photography backpacks that are about the same size. But I was really focusing on making sure that it wasn't going to be checked. So I wanted to fit under my seats or up above with all the photography gear that I was going to need. So in the backpack, I have my DSLR, the Canon 5D Mark II. So I got this camera, primed to 22 millimeter. So I have kind of wide shots, a 50 millimeter lens, which I'd be using most of the time would be the 50 millimeter, 200 millimeter. I also have my Canon flash unit. Your pouch for all your memory cards. We just recently got these small, really affordable, amazing triggers. These are the Photex Strato 2s. Of course, you're going to need your charger and batteries. Lots and lots of batteries. When I was going to Hawaii, I know that they have some regulations for flights that you can't have just regular batteries, I mean just rolling around loose. When I'm on a trip like that and I didn't want to have to worry about carrying a charger and carrying all my rechargeable batteries, buy a couple packs to take with you because you might not even use them. I also take a small tripod in case I need it for anything. This is really sturdy, a really sturdy tripod. And then I knew that I was going to need for Hawaii, I knew I was going to need a standard tripod. I normally have this huge, sturdy, amazing tripod, but it's just too large to be putting in a backpack or worrying about having it checked or anything like that. And they have a lot of other companies have similar ones that are nice and compact. This actually just went right into my suitcase with my clothing. On the side of my DSLR, I also did take a point and shoot. I took a point and shoot, and I had underwater housing unit. So I would take this. Basically, was mostly for if I was going to go, we're going to go to dinner or something, and I knew that I wasn't going to need a lot of gear, but I wanted to take something just in case I wanted to get a couple shots or some family photos. This is the Canon S110, and with this I also had the underwater housing. I would actually recommend maybe going with a GoPro because it's nice and small, compact. You can throw that in the bag really easily. With the GoPro, I also like the, I have this extender, which makes it nice because you can just stick that on there and you can extend it really high. I usually throw that in the bag because it's nice and small, compact. And then with the GoPro, I also have the frame unit. All that stuff would fit in my backpack, getting it on the plane, getting it to the hotel, and then once we're at the hotel, basically take all my gear and put it in this chute sack. So I have the chute sack, basically fill it up, some lenses, maybe my GoPro. A lot more comfortable using a chute sack than having all your gear in a backpack. I will put all the gear that I've shown you in this video in the description below. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.